Google's new AI NotebookLM is insane. I recently showed how you can use it to generate a podcast in one click that sounds incredibly realistic. However, there are other ways that you can use NotebookLM to generate money online, and I'm going to share some of them in this video. So let's get started. Now, we can use NotebookLM to help us with our affiliate marketing. I'm a firm believer that you should only promote products that you have tried yourself, that are good quality, so please don't abuse this method. But just to demonstrate this, I'll pretend that I'm an affiliate for this coffee, and we want to go to the product page and we want to grab the URL. Then we're going to come over here to Notebook, add a new notebook, and then from here we will choose website and we will paste this in and we'll hit insert. Now, while that's working, I want to go back here. Sometimes websites and pages have restrictions and NotebookLM cannot pull in the text on the website. Now, if that is the case, you can use this free Google Chrome extension. It's called Reader View. I'll link to it in the description. Now, if I click on this, what you'll see is you just get the text. Let's just get rid of these little pop-ups. So you get the text and you copy and paste the relevant information. So you're probably going to copy this stuff. We'll come down here, we'll copy all of this, and we'll get down here, and we'll just copy as much as possible. And then we would use the copy paste function of NotebookLM if the website URL didn't work. That has happened to me occasionally when I've been testing this out, but for the most part, you should be good to go. Now, if we come over here, this is fine. Now, we can create an audio overview if we want to. I'm not going to do that now because I've got another video which delves much deeper into that, and I'll link to that in the description. But what we can do is we can click on all of these things and get more information about the product. So I'll click on FAQ, then I'll go to Notebook Guide, I'll click on Study Guide, Notebook Guide. I'll just click on all of these very quickly, and then we'll wait a few seconds for these to be generated. Let's go back. Okay, we've got the new note there. So we've got the FAQ here. So if I was to copy this FAQ, this is something that I can potentially add to the bottom of an article. So if I have an article that I would like to create, now again, I probably wouldn't create an AI article. I'd write it myself, but I know there are people out there that would create an AI article. I don't think when you're reviewing a product, using AI is really that ethical, because a review should be based on, personal experience. But I know people are out there going to disagree, so it is what it is. But you can write your article talking about your experiences with this product. You might want to have a YouTube video that you make, but then you've got the FAQ that you can incorporate. Now, I've just copied that FAQ. If I go over to Grammarly and open up a new doc, I can paste the FAQ in here. And then what we can see here is ways that we can potentially improve the readability or the grammar, with correctness, clarity, engagement, and delivery. But what I can also do is I can check for plagiarism and AI text and see how this is going to score. So what we can see was pretty much no plagiarism. It's 2%, and we can, check what this is. And 50% of the document appears to be AI generated, when in reality it's 100%. So you can make the choice as to whether you want to, edit this, reword this, run it through another AI tool and just have it paraphrase. So it's entirely up to you. But just off the bat, this, isn't too shabby. It's not too bad. And we get a good score. We got a 91 Grammarly score, which can easily be improved. For me, for example, I'm going to accept all three because I'm in the UK. So I've got British English as my default setting. Just by clicking that one button, got it up to 95. So again, this is enough for me. Don't take everything that Grammarly says and just do it, because sometimes it doesn't make good recommendations. But we can incorporate this into an article. And of course, if you want to, you can, let's go back to Notebook, you can generate a podcast or a discussion about the product. But remember, this discussion may not be a discussion that speaks about the product in amazing light. A salesman isn't going to describe a product the same way as somebody else will describe it. So you've got to find that balance. You definitely want to listen to the audio before you just go ahead and use it, but it's there if you want it. Now, of course, if I were to write an affiliate review of this product and incorporate the stuff that I've just shared, I'm going to need to have a website related to coffee or something, you know, similar, I'm also going to need to be able to drive traffic to that particular page. Otherwise, all of this fun stuff isn't going to get me anywhere. I'm going to have a great article with an audio and no one's going to know it exists. So I could upload the audio to podcast sites and link back here. I could upload the video that I make, put it on YouTube and link back here, or I could be driving traffic from other ways. What I would also do is I would take my affiliate link and then I would have a pop-up that appears over my page, and that pop-up would include a button to my affiliate link. Again, I've got videos in the description that show you exactly how to do that. So you can use it for affiliate marketing. What's another way that we can use this? So this next strategy involves using YouTube videos with NotebookLM. Now you can do this with your own videos or videos from other channels. I'm going to be using one of my videos, which it talks about how to make sales without an audience. Now let's say I want to turn this video into either a podcast or an article or both of the above. If I go and grab this URL and then go over to Notebook, and we'll just go to a new notebook, and then we try to use that URL as a website link, it's not going to work because only the visible text on the website will be imported at this moment. So you can see here it says invalid URL. So what can we do? Well, if we go back here and after the word YouTube, we hit TTT, so 3 T's, and then hit enter, it's going to redirect us to a free third-party tool. And that is going to change our video into text. Now we can choose from the languages here. By the default language, it will be the language of your video. And I'm going to hit convert. You might be prompted to log in with your Google account, but don't worry, it's completely free. And once this has done, you see it's pulled in my video here. And now we have the transcript of the audio. I apologize for that, but I'm not going to donate, but maybe I should. Now we're going to click copy. So now we've copied this and we go back here. Instead of using a website URL, we can paste in the text. Now we've got the text. I'm actually going to get rid of that bit at the bottom and just make sure that there are no mistakes, because this is a third-party tool and we just had that one little thing there. I'm going to get rid of that as well. Okay, insert. We've now got some text to work with. And now we can turn this into an FAQ, or we can add an FAQ, study guide, table of contents, briefing, doc, timeline. This excerpt from a YouTube video provides the step-by-step guide on how to create and sell a digital product without having a pre-existing audience. And then if we want to, we can go ahead and we can generate a podcast. We can use this podcast on our website. We can upload it to podcast hosting services. We can add all of this stuff and maybe use this as the base for creating an article and then have our audio podcast within our article. There are tons of things we can do, and we can of course use this with other videos and just use it for our own research and learning. So that's one way that we can use NotebookLM. Now this next strategy I've not seen anybody talk about, and to me this is the most powerful. Now I believe this method has the potential to make people a ton of money. I have created a podcast through using a website link. Now that website link was a sales page. If you have your own products, you can use your own sales pages, and you can also use sales pages of your competition as well. And it's always great when it comes with sales copy to try and get another perspective, because you might think you've written great sales copy, but what's important is your audience thinks so. And when our audience are reading our sales copy, they are having these questions that come up internally, they're having these doubts, and you might not realize this and you might not address this in your copy. So what we can do is we can create this podcast and we can listen to the discussion about our sales copy and we can make improvements. And we can also do it with our competition, and we can see if our competition have missed something or done something not so good, and we can make sure that we don't make the same mistake in our sales copy. Now this particular podcast is 12 minutes and 29 seconds long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to press play and I want you to listen to what they say.
And it makes their no refunds policy even more interesting, don't you think?
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because at that price, you'd expect some kind of safety net if the course isn't what you thought it'd be. What's the deal with that no refunds thing?
So let's just pause that for a second. So if you don't have a refunds policy on your sales page and you are charging a premium amount, then some people are going to have doubts. So this might be something that you want to, think about or consider or reconsider. Let's press play and listen to some more.
Yeah, it's definitely not standard, especially at that price point. I mean, think about it. If you bought something from a store,
right,
and it wasn't what you expected, you can usually take it back and your money back. But with this course, they're basically saying no take backs.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a gamble. And speaking of things that make you wonder, I didn't see any testimonials, like any student success stories.
Oh, interesting.
You'd think if it was as good as they say, they'd be like shouting it from the rooftops, right?
There we go, no testimonials. Is that something that you should consider adding to your sales page? Now, of course, if you've got a brand new course and you don't have any testimonials, how can you get around that? Well, maybe you can give your course away to a couple of people for free and ask them to go through it and give you thoughts and feedback and maybe provide a testimonial. However, it does go on to say this.
I think so. I mean, testimonials can be faked, of course.
Right.
But having some kind of social proof, it does give you a sense of, okay, other people have taken this and this is what they got out of it.
Exactly. It's reassuring.
So we've got a big price tag, no refunds, and like no independent reviews that we could find.
So there we go. That's just a little snippet of that podcast related to a specific sales page. But what we can do, if that's our sales page, we can go back and we can make changes. If that's somebody else's sales page, then we can ensure that when we create our sales page that we can incorporate certain elements and leave out certain elements, because I think it's so important to get a third-party perspective on stuff that we create. So those are 3 ways that you can leverage something like NotebookLM in your marketing. You can see it's insanely powerful, but you've got to take action. Which of those 3 methods do you think you're likely to use the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you got some value from this video, then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. I've got more cool stuff coming soon, so I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.